In a world infested with semi-mediocre podcasts, only one show can bring you an exceptionally mediocre podcast. It's the Indispensable Thursday Show with Sable and Dave.
Is that you breathing?
So without turning this into an old guy show, I wanted to make a quick comment. You said something about putting on your readers.
Right.
And I finally actually learned what that was recently. I wear contacts, as you may know. I'm actually wearing my glasses at the moment, but
Yes.
For the last 20 years, I've worn contacts during the day. And the last time I went to get my prescription, the doctor said, it's getting at that time where we can't quite get contacts for you all day. You might want to go get some cheaters from the drugstore. And I was like, what are you talking about? So this was about a year ago, and I sort of ignored the doctor. But as I've been reading Harry Potter to the kids every night, I've been having a harder and harder time reading. The light's too dim. It's like it's getting blurry.
Even with your contacts in.
With the contacts, because my contacts don't correct for reading anymore. My glasses do everything. They're perfect.
Cool.
So I went to the CVS and I bought cheaters.
Yeah.
And I'll try them out.
I may have to go get some more of those. Yeah, and it's funny you said not wanting to turn this into an old guy show, and I was just about to say, coming to you from the Depends for Men Studios in beautiful Buena Park,
we'll take
California.
it.
We've got our sponsor here. They've put their name on our studio for this year. Depends for Men.
For $100,000, I'll rebuild the studio with the Depends. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a letter I wanted to read.
Oh, right on.
And this is to, let me just read it. Dear Duggar family, we are writing this note to help you understand our view on things, because obviously you don't have the right view. We thought it was quaint that you had so many kids. We thought it was very fun to see how you managed to feed a small army of rugrats. How will they handle special birthday breakfasts, we asked ourselves, delightedly. It's entertaining for us because, it's not really that important, and it's not something that we do every day. Ooh, will the children get their own underwear when they're potty trained, or will they have to get a hand-me-down? Ooh, gross. It's not that bad, actually. How do they manage all those kids, we wondered bemusedly. Well, now we know. They don't. So I would like to say, dear Duggars, you're doing it wrong. It's not okay what happened. And sending the kid off to go do some menial labor and build a house while you tried to cover up 5-year-olds being touched inappropriately is not okay.
Signed.
The whole world.
I was going to say the Hulk.
The whole world. Everybody. You don't like it? You call us at 657-206-0777.
First I heard of this Duggar guy. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know who the show. I didn't know the show was. That apparently they have 19 kids. It didn't start. What did it start out? We have 17 and counting,
like
15,
16 or 15.
So they've added a few more, but apparently one of the kids has a little bit of a problem with diddling some of the other kids.
Right.
And of course, they didn't say anything because they have a TV show. Correct. Is this what people are extra annoyed about? Is Ixnay on the OLS station May because we have a TV show?
Right. The 2-minute recap is that there's the very specific religious cult that the Duggars are in, and I forget the name of it. You could go listen to the I Doubt It with Dollamore podcast. They break it down, every detail, every clip.
Oh, good.
So they're a religious group, very tight-knit religious family, and they got picked up for a television show. 16 kids, 17. They're trying to get their 20th kid, and meanwhile, before the TV show happened, their 15-year-old son, they discovered, had been molesting 5- and 6-year-old girls, including one of the neighbors, possibly a babysitter. Mm-hmm. And when they found out about it, the literature they gave the kids was taking the girls, hey, this, what did you do to encourage the boys to do this?
They had that on there.
Uh-huh. What did you dress inappropriately? Were you touching men you weren't supposed to? So it was all covered up, and no one said anything about it, and it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it sounds that way. We're taking a brave stance against child molestation on this podcast.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't stand for it.
No.
And this kid should be
no-
chemically castrated and at least have the crap beaten out of him, like really bad. Like when I want a child molester beaten up, is he a minor still? How old is he?
He's 25.
Okay, so he's definitely old enough to be beaten severely, and I mean like limbs broken. I want to see
with
I
his
wanna
own
see
kids,
a couple
though.
of limbs broken on.
He has his own kids.
Okay,
Is he
awesome.
molesting those kids?
No, they generally just don't. They generally just do it a couple times and then they stop. That's how they work.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's kind of like alcoholics. They just have a drink or two and then they just stop for good on their own.
So I don't think that women are treated very well in this religious cult.
What is the cult? I don't know anything about it.
I don't remember the name of it. It's a very specific.
It's a crack reporting
Christian-
team of Sable and Dave here.
I just wanted to share the letter from everyone in the world to the Duggars. That's all.
Good. All right.
And then I want to ask you, Dave, have you ever been stung by a bee?
When I was a kid, like maybe 7 years old, 6, yeah, I was stung one time in the chest.
What did you do?
I went ow, and I reached up and I pulled this little fuzzy thing off of my chest, and I threw it down. I realized, oh, I just got stung by a bee, and then I went on playing. I don't think I told anybody. Because I was, when you're a kid and you're in the middle of playing, you got to be seriously injured in order to stop playing.
Yeah, you don't have to stop playing.
You have to have major blood loss or something to stop you from playing. So I didn't. I kept on going. I just took a knee, kept on going.
Well, you're a much tougher kid than I am. So my whole life, I had never been stung by a bee. Had never been stung. I want you to note that I said it in this specific fashion. And I was laughing at a podcast recently when the co-host said she had never been stung by a bee, and people were offering to get her stung, like come over to my bee
I'll
farm.
pop your bee cherry.
And you can choose the place and we'll stay. I was like, that's
Honey.
crazy. Who wants to be stung by a bee? And then I was helping my wife do a little work in our yard.
I think I know where this is going.
We were putting a little gate together. Now, we have
I'm a screenwriter, so I have a really great story sense. So I think I know where this is going, but don't.
We have some bees that live right here, and they're really great for all the flowers and plants and fruit and vegetables all around the neighborhood. So we let them stay. But
Are they here illegally though? Did you? Well, never mind. You're probably not going to check on that sort of thing. But just
No,
they're here to work.
You don't mess
They're
with
here to
them
work.
when they're angry. Look, they're hard workers. I just let them squat
Got
on my
no
property.
beef with those bees. That's okay.
So I had been out on a run in the morning, so I was kind of stinky and sweaty. And this is what's different because I'm not usually exercising. And I'm helping
You
my
usually
wife.
are stinky and sweaty.
Not in the same
maybe
way.
This is a good time to bring this up on the podcast.
So a bee zoomed by, and I shoot it away.
That's mistake number one.
Another bee zoomed by
You
by
don't
my
shoot
hair,
bees away.
and I smacked it,
Okay.
and it died
Oh.
and fell to the ground. And I was like, man, these bees, they're really like coming after me. And so we took a break from the bees. We came back out a few minutes later. We're putting our little gate together. We're sectioning off a little part of our yard, putting our little gate up, checking it. And another bee comes to my face. And this time I scream like a girl, pull my shirt off because it went down my shirt, and run around the yard. Like, oh my God. Okay, that's it. Okay, we're good. Now it's the middle of the day. It's the hottest part of the day, which, that's when the bees are out playing. And they have come after me now several times, and they're mad because I've swatted and killed one of them.
You killed one of their homies, man. They don't leave a man behind.
Oh, and the project we're doing is right 5 feet from the beehive. Now, I didn't see this coming, but a bee stung me in the face, Dave.
Ooh, wow. Right in the
It
face.
came right up, and I went to swat it or move, and it got me right above the eyebrow. And I was, smacked it, and there was nothing left behind. There was no stinger. There was no part of the bee in my body. It was just like a little tiny poke, and then it got all swollen and red. And it's been 2 weeks. There's
Wow.
still a little hole there. And
I think I could see it.
You could actually see
Yeah.
it. My whole forehead, and I haven't had an acne problem since I was a teenager. My whole forehead started breaking out in acne, and it started going around my face and my eyes.
I don't remember this from last week. Didn't we do a podcast last week?
Yeah, I was looking rough last.
I don't
week.
remember. That's how much attention I pay, I guess.
It was a little too fresh for me to talk.
The lighting
about.
really romantic in the studio, so we did a candlelight podcast last week, so it was we had oils and things, essential oils,
Massage.
So I didn't see that. So all right,
So the bee stung me in the face, and I've been jacked up. I can't tell you. I was like, oh well, I'm not dying. I'm not going into shock or anything. I don't need adrenaline pumped into me. Like, oh, I'm good. but this, like my face breaking out, the acne, the swollen red part over here was like a little volcano. I started to get acne, and then I was a little sniffly, and maybe the bee triggered some other kind of illness.
It's probably like having the chicken pox or measles. You should get it when you're young. Like I got stung when I was little, so maybe I built up some sort of I don't know.
Antibodies.
Your body can fight it better. I haven't been stung since, but I had virtually no reaction. I don't think it was like ow, fuzzy bee, get off of me, and I continued playing.
Yeah, you were lucky. So, but that's it.
I'm not allergic to anything that I know of, so I didn't have any weird reaction.
Well, and that's funny. I've never been allergic to anything in my whole life. In fact, I kind of, in the same way I made fun of the person, well, not to their face, but sort of made fun of the person that had never been stung by a bee.
And then you go
having
and get your
never
bee
been
cherry
stung
popped.
by a bee,
That's
I
awesome.
got stung. Now,
It's kind of like when you've never heard. Oh, there's like a word that you'll hear and go, "Wow, I've never heard that word before," and then you hear it like 6 times the next week.
Yeah.
Like I never heard the word ombudsman. You know what ombudsman is?
yep, an ombudsman would be the person at the newspaper that would interface with the public and talk to them. And tell
or
them
maybe
what's
on a
going
ship. It's someone who kind of like solve problems. Like someone's having a problem, they're angry. Let's send the ombudsman over there. We'll see if we can smooth this out. But I never heard. Maybe this is like probably 15 years ago, but I'd never heard it. And then I swear to God, I heard it like 6 times right after that. Very strange. But just like same right. You hear about bees, never been stung. Ouch, got stung.
Right.
So let's not talk about anal rape right now.
No,
'Cause I've never been anally raped.
We don't talk about that. That's a no-no on our show. So I had a little follow-up for you, Dave.
Yeah.
After last week's show, which, by the way, I still haven't fixed the whole thing with the statistics in the feed. So we don't have an accurate count of how many downloads we have.
Right.
I have a general idea that it's like a couple hundred from the Bluehost statistics, but those aren't the verified stats. We'll get those fixed. But I got after last episode, a random text from somebody who obviously has my number, whose number I didn't have in my phone book. And it said, "Great job. Keep it up."
All right. Thank you, mysterious random texter person.
So I was like, yeah, thanks.
Here's to you, mysterious random texter.
Now, if you're listening to the show, random texter,
Yeah, Mr.
I apologize.
T. Mysterious random tester, MRT. Yep, there you go, Mr. T.
I thought it would be strange to respond to somebody who clearly had my text number, who I must know. And
Did it happen in the
"Who's this
bathroom, like
again?"
right after you just made a really good BM and they're watching you and they went, good job?
Oh, that only happens when I'm doing something in front of the baby camera. The Czechoslovakian hackers are always on the baby cams.
Are they? That's
talking back
weird.
to you. Oh, yeah. And we got a random note. And the note was, Dave, that you're very funny, but sometimes your voice will get a little soft.
Sometimes I kind of trail off and I go like this. And then come back, maybe. Lean back and lean forward, something like that. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah,
I agree.
As you're leaning back and leaning forward, you can't be heard in the car.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good note. Thank you.
So,
Thank you on that one. I'm going to endeavor to try not to do that.
yeah. So where are you at with Game of Thrones?
I'm caught up, and oh man, I'm almost sorry I watched. You know what I'm talking about, right? I can't believe they went there where they did.
You're caught up, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is the moment that I said that I didn't want to happen, that I was afraid would happen, happened.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be stopped. And you'd still hate the guy
Right.
who did it, but I think I tweeted this out earlier on our Twitter. I said he did a thing that in all of drama or whatever, only jihadists would give him a pat on the back for this. Everyone else wants him to suffer an immediate, quick, painful,
Right.
or maybe painful, slow death.
But he's the only hope for Winterfell. So now it's
Don't
mixed.
care.
Like people have wanted him to, all this time. We didn't mind when he was sacrificing people on the beach.
Don't care.
We didn't mind when he was burning them alive before. We didn't mind when he burned the wildling alive.
I was on the fence on this character all the time, and this definitely pushes into two. I want him raped by a dragon like forever, every day. Like
I'd
Sisyphus.
rather he was killed than raped, but
No, he needs to get raped every day forever and then killed.
it's.
Well, we're not going to say what he did, but boy.
But then the show followed it up with something. Since I never read the books, I think they were hinting at, but I didn't really expect to see happen at the very end, and it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. Good moment.
I couldn't think, how would they possibly follow up that huge 30-minute fight scene from last week with
That was
anything
amazing,
better.
too. That was great.
And then there was the whole stadium. That's the real, like the running of the Bulls stadium in Spain.
The one in Pamplona.
Is that right? With 10,000 people, 10,000 extras.
They actually put that many people in there?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Why don't they do CG? Just put like 50 people in there and didn't do CG.
I don't know.
All right.
But
I don't know.
wow.
Very weird.
If you guys haven't watched Game of Thrones yet, get your free trial of HBO Now and binge watch that, and so you can catch the next episode next week.
Yeah. It's nothing but good.
It's a kind of TV show like Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead. You almost hate yourself for watching it.
I don't.
You don't?
No, I'm perfectly fine with myself for watching it.
There's a lot about
I
Game
might
of
give
Thrones
myself
that
a stern talking to once in a while about it, but I'm okay in general with it.
well, there's a lot about Game of Thrones that I like that doesn't make me feel physical pain. Not so much like Breaking Bad did, or Sons of Anarchy, or The Walking Dead. I really wonder, like, why am I watching this? I like it, but it's so painful. What am I, a masochist?
Yeah.
What is it about this that I watch?
There's so many good TV shows on right now. They've sort of a lot of when I was a kid, the writers were slumming with TV. You'd see the good screenwriters once in a while. They would show up doing a TV show, and you'd be like, "Oh, poor bastard," But now that's a lot of good writing is in TV. So it's all I think it's time for us to take a quick break and.
Let's hear what our friends over at All Things Being Equal have
That's
to
what I thought
say.
you were thinking, but I wasn't sure. So, yeah, we're going to have a thing. I'm Terry Friedman of All Things Being Equal. Governor Jerry Brown has issued more water-saving proclamations in the midst of the ongoing historic drought still plaguing California. Everyday residents of the Golden State have been asked to reduce their water consumption by 95%. Brown was quoted as saying, "We have far more than our share of celebrity and otherwise wealthy residents, and as such, they have a greater need to stay bathed and hydrated," unquote. If you've ever sat next to an unshaved Robert Davi or an unbathed Bruce Valanche on a Southwest flight to Las Vegas, I'm sure you would agree. Inspectors will be conducting daily water usage evaluations for those of us who are not celebrities, agricultural union reps, or verified millionaires to guarantee compliance. Heavy fines are expected to be issued during this program they are calling Close the Tap or Take the Rap. So pee outside and flush your toilet once a day, and, as the saying goes, it keeps the inspectors away.
What was that again?
Why is there never any good news from Terry Friedman at All Things Being Equal? It's always crap.
What did he say? Close the
tap or take the rap.
Close the tap or take the
Kind of like
rap.
click it or ticket, I guess. It's just, it's
This is not us, though, right?
as LA County.
As broadcasters, we're exempt.
There's a form you could fill out, I think. You have to have a certain amount of downloads, and I'm not sure if we're there yet.
Oh, is it just LA County?
That was just LA County, I think, but
All right,
Orange
good.
County is sure to follow.
I don't know why.
How come? By the way, there's still. I haven't seen. I actually have been checking the California, like the website, and I still see no. Hey, we're working hard to bring more water into California. Nothing on that. It's always fines, harsh penalties, conserve. Unless you're Barbra Streisand.
But we have $1 billion that we're going to give out extra to the colleges in California. $1 billion.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Well, they need it because they do such a great job with the education here.
We do such a great job. We do need the money. It'd be great. I'd love for more positions to open up.
But can't people pay for their own freaking education? Why do we have to pay for everybody?
No. We're going to pay for everybody.
But and meanwhile, they won't take any money away from the slower than car high speed rail train that they want to build that nobody gives a crap about. They can't take any money from that for desalinization or anything. Desalinization. Right. That doesn't work. Tell that to Israel. Aren't they able to? Didn't Israel have a horrible drought for 100 years drought? But now they have a water surplus over there, and they're desert. I don't know, but yeah, have you heard of the water libel?
The water libel.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Palestinians are saying that they're taking the blood of Palestinian children and they're turning it into potable water. So,
wow. Mm-hmm. Well, that's so
they have
scary.
that to contend with now.
Okay. Now, do you follow any tech news at all?
Oh yeah, I love the tech. I'm always hitting those Apple sites and just to see what the latest greatest thing I can't quite afford. I'm looking at the refurb, see what kind of refurbs they got from 2 years ago.
Right. Oh well. So before we talk about any of the cool stuff, you'll notice that I have a spiffy new 4-year-old MacBook Pro in front of me.
Yeah, it looks pretty spiffy. Did you take it to the groomers?
My wife upgraded because I bought an old 2012 MacBook Pro for her, so I got this one now, which is much nice. I didn't realize that her laptop was as nice as it is. It's it's 4 years old, but I got most of my software installed on it now, so
it's pretty.
I got a big screen, man.
It's not a bad size screen for a white guy.
There you go.
It's good.
So, but the big event this week is the Apple Developer Conference, WWDC in San Francisco. And what Apple does, everyone else follows. So when Apple makes a statement in tech, that's what everyone does. That's what happens. So this announcement this year, it's been pretty interesting. They've got a new Watch OS coming out. So Watch OS number 2. And it's going to fix some of the crime problems that we've been highlighting on our show.
Yeah.
Specifically the activation lock. So you don't have to fear, once you get the update anyways, you don't have to fear having your watch stolen from you and then just resold on the black market. You'll be able to lock it just like you do with your Mac or with your iPhone.
All right. Well, that sounds good.
And they're going to come out with in the fall, a new version of OS X called El Capitan. And they promise to fix all the crappy problems that they introduced with OS X Yosemite 10.10.
Are they going to fix the problem with Final Cut Pro? It doesn't render freaking subtitles?
Well, we can only hope.
Apple, you hear that, Apple? They're scared of us, I know. So.
Assuming that they keep up all their professional services division, they cut everything else. I'd like to feel good that they're going to keep Final Cut and that they're going to keep Logic. I would really like to think those things are going to be around for a while since I use them.
Yes, me too. Bastards.
Yeah, well, and there's some exciting developer news, pretty exciting stuff, especially with the new iOS 9, and it's supposed to be a nice, more stable version, better battery life. You should be able to get 3 hours more battery on your phone if you switch to this new low power mode when it comes out.
Oh, okay.
That'll be interesting.
Will it work on my iPhone 5C?
Yes.
Okay. So
it absolutely will.
Nice.
Absolutely will. Now, not Apple Tech, something had come up on Ars Technica. Do you know that site?
No.
The Art of Technology. It's a pretty good site. There's a lot more articles than I want there to be. I'd like there to be less articles, but just the good ones. But I happened to catch recently one about self-driving trucks. Have you been following self-driving cars?
A little bit, sure. I actually was going to bring up something on that, but I didn't have anything funny to say about it, so I was on the fence about it.
Well, self-driving cars are fine and great, and it's part of our Berkeley, our national pride of love everyone and own nothing. Where why should we own a car? It just sits in the driveway. It just sits at work. You don't need a car. You could push the button and Uber will come and get you. Okay, I understand. That's fine. But what Freightliner's doing is they're building fleets of these giant rigs, the kind that carry freight from Long Beach Harbor to LA. So these things, they take a whole lane.
They also carry Chinese sex workers into the city, the LA, downtown LA for those massage parlors and whatnot.
Right. So Freightliner is building an armada of these self-driving trucks. So you're going to see these giant silver automated, basically tanks driving around. And, it's only a matter of time before someone's going to take control of that central system and be able to direct all of those trucks at one time to take you out.
Carmageddon.
You want to go more than 20 miles an hour on the freeway? Hey, I hear you want to drive down that freeway at more than 25 miles an hour. How about you send $10,000 over to this PayPal account and we'll let those trucks pull off the side of the road?
Or the Teamster unions are going to get a hold of that, or whatever they are. Whatever unions are in charge of these trucks, and that's going to be just as bad. But it'd be worse than hackers.
I think the truck drivers have sort of been screwed out of most of their unionization.
Yeah.
And they're all independents now who have to work 100 hours a week from home 6 days out of the week and still not get health insurance.
Is that true? Well, then go on the exchange now. Hey, I'm not crying any tears for these dock workers who are, what are they? The We're going to get beat up now talking about this stuff. But who are they? Longshoremen?
Longshoremen. Hey, don't mess with longshoremen, man.
I know. They will beat you up or kill you, and they make probably they easy make six figures for basically just taking some boxes on a dolly over here for a couple hours a day.
But their pay could fluctuate from like, 80,000 to 150,000. You never know.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that.
Because they have to be on call all the
that's
time.
a trigger warning. You might upset one of them. So we should just say that we're going to be talking about fluctuating salary. I don't want to.
No, it's okay. Our old babysitter's dad is a longshoreman. So I think we're safe. It's an all family organization.
Can you get me in?
Are you family?
Does he have a daughter I can marry? I'm already married, but
yeah, his kids are taken. Sorry.
Okay. That'd be great to get in there.
But maybe your daughter could marry into it someday, and then you could sort of get into the.
I'll start grooming her to be a longshoreman's wife.
Mm-hmm. Get her some boxing classes. Maybe teach her how to cover up black eyes.
How to use the brass knuckles and how to intimidate somebody. Oh, these are nice. These are nice packages you got here. It's a shame if something would have happened to them.
So Freightliner's going to trick us all with this beautiful space age interior. There's a steering wheel, but it's not actually going to do anything. You're just going to, you're going to sit in there. The truck driver's going to have to be in there for the next few years. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before the fully automated Freightline trucks on the road can just all and decide they're going to.
Are they going to be allowed to drive those before the rest of the car companies are going to be able to have self-driving cars?
Well, every company's coming out with it.
Do you see the article about the what's sure to be an uptick in motion sickness from the self-driving cars? Are saying it's an issue that hasn't been thought of, but people who are motion sick get even more motion sick apparently in a self-driving car. Now, I'm not sure why, because it seems like it would be like, well, what's the difference between that and riding a bus, say? I mean, more turns. The buses don't turn as much. Maybe that's one thing. I don't know. I don't ride buses. But
one of my longtime friends gets motion sick in the car. If he's in the back seat, he's done. He can't ride in the back seat no matter what it is. He can ride in the passenger seat for a while, but if he's driving, he's fine. And I think it's a control issue.
Yeah, it's anticipatory.
Right. If your body knows where it's going, then your equilibrium can adjust. Mm-hmm. So he's not going to be able to take a self-driving car anywhere.
No, that's kind of a problem. So he can't ride a bus. Probably.
I don't know if he would.
And he doesn't take cruises because. Yeah, the cruise. I never felt right when I stepped on the cruise. It was a whole 3-day to Ensenada. Don't take that cruise, by the way. It's terrible. Oh. But I got on that thing. As soon as I set foot on the boat, I was a little bit off the entire time. I had to take Dramamine. I was like, this is no good.
But on those cruises, don't you have like sex with random people on the deck?
I did not see that in the brochure, and I wish you would have told me about this before I left.
That's what I've heard. I mean, I've been looking forward to a cruise my whole life, but then I got married.
That's the clothing optional gay cruise you're talking about, I think.
No. Don't mistake me.
The Norwegian one, the polar bear, goes up there around the Arctic Circle. It's clothing optional. Do you remember that from my book, Whiskey Tango, a whole other kind of spy novel? That's where he lands on the, coming in out of orbit. Remember, he crashes into the cruise ship, the polar bear.
I do remember that. That's a good. Whiskey Tango is a very funny book.
Yes.
If you want
check it out.
A good funny read, go get it.
You can even read it online for free. I
Yeah.
haven't put all of the chapters up just because I'm lazy, but they're going up there. It's readwhiskeytango.blogspot.com, or just buy the book. It's only $2-3
Why? Is it $2.99?
Yeah. What's your problem?
I think you get 29 cents out of that deal, right?
No, I get more than that.
Oh, okay.
I get 70% of that.
Oh, 70%.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's good.
So, Dave, do you have any big topics for us before I talk about our sponsor?
Let me see. I did write a few things down here. How about, did you see they're thinking about putting warnings on soda cans now? Like they do for the cigarettes.
That's great.
This, it may shock you that I'm actually for that too, since they're bothering to put them on cigarettes, which everybody should know that cigarettes are bad for you anyway. But okay, fine, put a warning on there.
Right, everybody knows now.
But I actually am okay with putting soda can warnings out there because people actually kind of apparently don't know that if you drink 4 to 8 cans of Coke every day, it's really bad for you. Mm-hmm. It's going to lead to heart disease and obesity and bad teeth and all kinds of bad stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's if you did actually kill you much faster than cigarettes. If you drank 20 Cokes, like your pack of cigarettes is 20 cigarettes, You could not be a smoker you can be a smoker for 40 years and then die, but you cannot drink 20 Cokes a day and live to be 60 years old. It's not going to happen. You will be dead very quick.
And how many people could you think of that you'd like to try this experiment? Quick, name some.
I don't know. I really would have to think about that.
We wish no one any ill will unless you're molesting children.
They should put. Do they have that on marijuana? Because they're starting to put that out. I think there are no warnings on marijuana, which is funny. They're putting on cigarettes and soda.
I thought there were no side
should.
effects of marijuana.
Oh no, there's been large, very long studies that show that it's actually quite bad for you. If
Not
you
when
smoke
I was
it
in college.
chronically. If you smoke it a long time, over a long period, it's actually quite bad. You can look at these studies. You can look them up. There have been some. And I was thinking they should put them on. We should get warning labels for political candidates too. You know, it would have been nice to have one on Barack Obama. So may cause high unemployment, sluggish economy, cottage cheese-like discharge, anal leakage. You know, something to let you know what you might be in store for.
Oh yeah, you mean like our last week's sponsor?
Uh-huh.
That didn't go over very well.
It didn't. Which one was last week? I don't remember. They're dropping like flies. We can't hold a sponsor here.
What?
Thank God we're still broadcasting as of now from the Depends Undergarments for Men. Dude, they haven't called to cancel us yet during the show.
I think part of it with the sponsors is I like to take on a new one every week, rather because I don't think our audience wants to hear the same sponsor.
Variety's
every
the spice
time.
of life.
But with Dependency Now, I didn't realize there would be such an uproar over their actual service. So we're easing Dependency Now. We're not. We're not going to sign up for them, and our offer code is no longer valid.
Yeah, screw them. They're a bunch of jerk offs.
Wait, don't say that yet. I'm not sure if the check is cleared.
Oh crap!
So in the PSA they mentioned Bruce Valanche.
Uh-huh.
And I had to pull up.
Yeah, look up. You might get another laugh if you look up Bruce Valanche and Robert Davi. That would give you an extra little giggle if you.
Well, I had to pull up the Wikipedia, and I see a picture of Bruce Valanche, and he looks just like a guy that I used to work for.
Oh,
exactly like a guy I used to work for.
Poor guy. And he's gay too. This fella,
the guy was
Bruce Valanche.
The guy I worked for was very intelligent, nicest manager, supervisor you'd ever want to work for, but he looked just like this guy, and I kind of felt bad for him.
Did he have like nice red power frames like Bruce does in this picture that I'm looking at here?
He didn't have the red glasses.
Okay.
But he had like
Bruce Valanche, by the way, is a very well respected and funny comedy writer. He does a lot of like writing for. I mean, if you go to like a concert, he might have written patter for Barbra Streisand or like Neil Diamond. He'll write funny things for them to say, and he'll write stuff for people on like or people that are appearing on Hollywood Squares and all. They like, I need something funny to say on the show. He'll write him something. He's a very very funny guy.
Well, let's see if he'll
ugly
give us
as hell.
Maybe he'll give us a grade on our podcast, on our humor.
Oh yes, I mean, sweet man, very very beautiful looking man, and he's just as God made him. He's Bruce Valanche.
So for you listeners out there, if you think you know what Bruce Valanche would rate our show on the comedy scale, leave us an iTunes review that says Bruce Valanche would rate this an A, or Bruce Valanche would rate this an F.
Also, ladies, do an image search for Bruce Valanche or Michael Moore and tell us who you'd do. Which one would you do if you had a gun to your head? Who would you pick?
Yeah. Would you? Okay. So on that note,
I would turn the gun on myself. Actually, I just point it right in the mouth, Betty. That's what I would do.
Dave, have you ever wondered where's the racial unrest in our country today?
Yes, I have, Sable.
Have you ever wondered where's the racial tension most heated right now?
I am sort of now that you say that, I am wondering right now, like where I wish I could see like a hot spots on a map or something.
Well, that's good that you bring that up because our sponsor this week will help you do just that.
Really?
Our sponsor this week is the Al Sharpton Tracker. It's a service brought to you by the nonprofit HBWMD LLC, BlackNews.biz, and with the help of NORAD. With U.S. news, satellite data, social media, and subscribers like you, the Al Sharpton Tracker will help you and your friends get into the fray or stay out of the way. Annual membership for the Al Sharpton Tracker is $99.99. All proceeds go directly to Al Sharpton.
Awesome. So I think it works for perceived racial tension too. So even if there's just like some sort of a smattering of it, they'll it might actually you can add to a tension area and it might draw Al Sharpton there. I think you get some sort of bonus if you they track your you can it's like a predictor or something. You could win.
Well, I had a chance to play with this, and you could set it regionally. Like I don't really care about the whole United States. I figure if something happens, I'll see it in Google News. But I just sort of want to know, like within 20 miles, 25 miles, in case it's going to affect my commute. So I can open up the app and I can see that if there's some racial slurs going on over in South County, well, I know maybe I don't want to head that direction today. And it sort of shows you.
I'm on the web version of it now. I'm going to look up and see where Al Sharpton is right now.
It seems like if you want to stay at, well, it says you want to get into the fray or stay out of the way.
He's in Laughlin, Nevada. I know he prefers that to Vegas because he thinks Vegas sold out. It's a little too glitzy, so he likes to chill in Laughlin near the river there. But so I don't know. Maybe he's on vacation. I don't know if there's any racial tension there because the map is not lit up. It
shows sort of this like red and orange heat map when something's going on, and then you can
it's
see
like yellow to blue almost in Laughlin right now.
Okay, well he's
probably relaxing.
When I tapped on it, I could see like the tweets. There were some racial slurs in the tweets, but the tagline "Get into the fray or stay out of the way." Do you think that's for protesters? Like, I would want to just stay out of it.
Yeah, I'm staying out of the way myself.
But do you think that's for protesters that they want to get into the fray?
Yeah,
maybe they'll go down there with signs or something. Okay.
They want to go where the action is.
Like the what are the?
So use the Al Sharpton tracker for that if you want. It's only $99, but all proceeds do go to Al Sharpton directly.
But they're not affiliated.
Rest assured.
Oh well, there's a. Anyways, there's something else I was thinking of there. There's an organization that I can't mention in association with the tracker in case they pull our sponsorship. So, Dave, it's really been an exciting and wonderful week to be back here with you.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, and I'd like to thank you, Dave, for subscribing to the show, and thank you to the listeners. You can find the Indispensable Thursday show on iTunes and everywhere that fine podcasts are served. We would like to hear your voice. Call our hotline at 657-206-0777 and leave us a message. We appreciate your iTunes Store reviews. We invite you to follow us at facebook.com/The Indispensable Thursday Show or on Twitter at Sable and Dave.
I got nothing.
All right. Bye, Dave.
Bye.